Blood matted Luna's golden fur as she delivered her fourth pup. Her body trembled with exhaustion, but she wasn't done yet. Dr. David Carter, an experienced veterinarian, stood close to the observation table. His eyes remained fixed on Luna, a beautiful German shepherd who had gone into labor earlier that morning. He had seen many dog births in his 20-year career, but something about this one felt different. Luna let out a low whimper, her breathing uneven. Then, after a final push, the fifth pup arrived, healthy, squirming, and searching for warmth. The vet and staff sighed in relief. 5 puppies was a big litter, but everything seemed normal. The staff began documenting the birth, noting the time and checking each puppy's health. But then, something strange happened. The moment no one expected Luna should have been done. 5 was already a rare number for a German shepherd. The delivery had gone well, and her body should have been resting. But instead, her muscles tensed up again. Dr. Carter frowned. He checked the monitors, everything looked fine. But then, Luna let out another deep groan. The room fell silent. The vet's assistant, Sarah, whispered, "She's still in labor." The vet froze. He had already counted 5 pups. The equipment showed no sign of another one. But Luna's body was telling a different story. Moments later, another shape emerged. A pup unlike any other at first, it looked like another puppy. But as Sarah cleaned it off, she gasped and stepped back. Dr. Carter moved closer. His heart pounded. This was not an ordinary puppy. First, it was twice the size of its siblings. Most newborn puppies were small, weak, and blind. But this one was different. Its fur was silver white, shining under the clinic lights. Not black and tan like a German shepherd. But the biggest shock? Its eyes were already open. The impossible discovery: newborn puppies are always blind. Their eyes stay shut for at least 2 weeks. But this one was staring right at them. Dr. Carter's hand shook as he reached for his notes. This was not normal. Sarah whispered, "This shouldn't be possible." The pup let out a soft sound, not a bark, not a whimper. Something else. Luna licked the pup gently, pulling it close. She treated it like the others, but something felt different. What was this puppy? Dr. Carter called specialists to examine the pup. Was this a rare mutation? A new breed? Or something science couldn't explain? One thing was certain, this was just the beginning of an incredible mystery. The normal delivery: at first the first pup arrived just as the sun began to rise. It was small but strong, letting out tiny whimpers as Luna, the German shepherd, licked it clean. Then, the second one came, then the third, fourth, and finally, the fifth. Each one was healthy, active, and breathing well. Dr. David Carter, the experienced vet assisting the birth, let out a breath of relief. 5 puppies were a big litter for a German shepherd, but everything had gone smoothly. Luna curled around her newborns, her body exhausted from the long labor. The puppy squirmed toward her, searching for warmth and milk. The vet picked up his pen to make the final notes in Luna's medical records. But then, something changed. Something wasn't right. Luna's body tensed up again. Dr. Carter's hand froze mid-sentence. The birth should have been over. 5 puppies had been delivered, and everything looked normal. But Luna wasn't done. She let out a deep whimper, her muscles tightening as if she was still in labor. Sarah, the vet's assistant, glanced at the monitor. "Doctor," she said, her voice uneasy, "the contractions haven't stopped." Dr. Carter frowned. He checked the readings again. The machine confirmed it. Luna's body was still in full labor mode. That made no sense. The placenta should have passed by now. There was no reason for contractions. "This can't be happening," Dr. Carter muttered. He turned to Sarah. "Are you sure she's still pushing?" Sarah nodded. "It's not afterbirth. She's delivering another pup." The vet's eyes widened. A 6th puppy? That was impossible. German Shepherds don't have 6 puppies. German Shepherds rarely give birth to more than 5 pups. Even in large litters, 5 was considered the limit for a healthy mother. Dr. Carter had delivered hundreds of litters in his career, but he had never seen a German Shepherd have 6 puppies. Luna let out a sharp cry. Another shape was emerging. Sarah rushed to grab a clean towel. The staff crowded around the observation table, holding their breath. Then, it happened. Luna gave one final push, and the 6th pup slipped out onto the clean cloth. For a moment, no one spoke. Then, Sarah gasped. Dr. Carter took a step closer. His heart pounded. The 6th pup was different. Underscore 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 underscore. What was this puppy? At first, it looked like the others. But as Sarah wiped it clean, something shocking was revealed. Dr. Carter's hands trembled. This wasn't just another puppy. This was something else. Dr. Carter's hands trembled as he leaned forward, his eyes fixed on Luna. Her body convulsed one last time, and then, something else emerged. For a moment, the entire room went silent. The vet's assistant, Sarah, held her breath. The other staff members stopped what they were doing, their eyes glued to the newborn pup. Dr. Carter's pen slipped from his fingers. This wasn't normal. At first, it looked like just another puppy. But as Sarah carefully wiped it clean, the truth became clear. This pup was not like the others. Too big to be normal. Dr. Carter's heart pounded as he examined the newborn. The first thing he noticed was its size. It was twice as big as its 5 siblings. While the others were small and fragile, this pup was large and strong, its body well developed in a way that didn't make sense. Newborn puppies are usually weak, their movements clumsy. But this one was different. It stretched out its legs, as if testing them. No newborn pup should have this kind of control. Sarah shook her head. Doctor, I don't understand, she whispered. This isn't possible. The strange fur. Then, the next shock hit them. It's fur. All 5 of Luna's puppies had the typical black and tan coat of a German Shepherd. That's what they expected. But this pup's fur was completely different. It shimmered under the clinic lights, a strange mix of silver and white. It was almost as if it was glowing. Dr. Carter ran his fingers gently over its coat. The texture felt softer, almost silky. Not like the short, dense fur of a German Shepherd. He exchanged a look with Sarah. Have you ever seen anything like this? Sarah just shook her head, her face pale. The final shock, its eyes, but then, the biggest shock of all. The newborn pup opened its eyes. Newborn puppies never open their eyes at birth. It takes at least 2 weeks before their vision develops. But this one, it was looking right at them. Its eyes were deep amber, glowing almost gold under the lights. Dr. Carter stepped back, his mind racing. This wasn't just a rare birth, it was something science couldn't explain. The pup stared up at them, its tiny body moving with unnatural control. Then, it made a sound, not a normal puppy whimper. It was a soft, haunting cry, something no one in the room had ever heard before. Luna didn't hesitate. She gently pulled the pup close, licking it the same way she did with her other puppies. To her, it was just her baby. But to the vet and his team, it was a mystery. What had just been born? Dr. Carter's mind raced with questions. Was this a genetic mutation? A completely new breed? Or something science had never seen before? One thing was clear, this was just the beginning of a discovery that would shock the world. Dr. Carter turned to his assistant, Sarah, who had been helping with dog deliveries for over 15 years. This is impossible, he muttered under his breath. He stared at the newborn puppy, his mind struggling to understand what he was seeing. Puppies are always born blind. Their eyes stay closed for at least 2 weeks before they begin to see. But this pup was already looking at them. Its amber eyes were fully open, staring directly at Dr. Carter and Sarah. Most newborn puppies barely move, but this one's gaze was steady, almost too focused for a newborn. Dr. Carter felt a chill run through him. "This isn't normal," Sarah whispered, taking a small step back. The puppy wasn't just looking, it was observing them. It didn't act like a newborn at all then, it made a sound. Not a tiny whimper like the other puppies. Not a soft cry of hunger. This sound was different. It was low, almost musical, a haunting cry that sent a wave of unease through the room. Dr. Carter had delivered hundreds of puppies in his career. He had never heard anything like it. The rest of the clinic staff stood frozen, their eyes fixed on the pup. Sarah's hands trembled. "Doctor, what is this?" Dr. Carter had no answer. Luna's reaction then, Luna did something unexpected. She had been licking and nursing her other 5 puppies normally. But when she saw this one, she reacted differently. She pulled it close, wrapping her body around it protectively. She licked it more than the others, as if she knew it was special. Dr. Carter had seen mother dogs reject weak or sick puppies before. But this wasn't rejection. This was something else. It was as if Luna understood that this pup was different from the rest. Dr. Carter reached for his clipboard but couldn't bring himself to write anything. What would he even write? This wasn't in any textbook. He exchanged a look with Sarah. They both knew this was no ordinary birth. Something unexplainable had just happened. And soon, the world would find out. Dr. Carter grabbed his clipboard and quickly wrote down notes. This was unlike anything he had ever seen. The puppy's vital signs were not normal. Its heart rate was stronger than expected, its body temperature was higher than usual, yet it showed no signs of distress. Newborn puppies are usually weak, their tiny bodies adjusting to the outside world. But this one was different. It was breathing steadily, moving more than it should, and looking around with full awareness. Sarah carefully placed the puppy on a small scale. It was twice the weight of its siblings. Dr. Carter checked its paws, ears, and fur again. The silver-white coat still shimmered under the lights, as if it had an unnatural glow. "This doesn't make sense," Sarah whispered. Dr. Carter nodded. He needed more answers. A blood sample was taken and sent to the lab. Within hours, the results came back. The readings didn't match any known German Shepherd genetics. There were unusual markers, strange protein levels, and anomalies no one could explain. Dr. Carter's heart raced. What was this puppy? Experts get involved. By the next morning, word had spread. Calls came in from veterinary schools, canine genetics labs, and research centers. Experts wanted to see the puppy with their own eyes. A professor from a top genetics lab called personally. "Dr. Carter, this could be something entirely new. We need more samples." The puppy remained alert and active, showing none of the usual fragility of a newborn. It moved with unusual coordination, its tiny legs already pushing against Sarah's hands when she held it. "This isn't just a strong puppy," Dr. Carter said. "It's something else. A rare mutation or a new breed." Theories started to form. Some believed it could be a rare genetic mutation, a fluke of nature. Others thought it could be the beginning of a new breed, something no one had ever seen before. But one thing was certain, this puppy wasn't ordinary. Luna, the mother, treated it differently too. She was protective, curling her body around it at all times. The other puppies accepted it, but even they seemed instinctively aware of its uniqueness. The veterinary clinic went into lockdown. Dr. Carter and his team knew they had discovered something unbelievable. They couldn't risk anyone disturbing Luna and her pups. Researchers and experts flew in from across the country. Everyone wanted to see the mysterious puppy with their own eyes. Some believed it was a rare genetic mutation, while others thought it could be a completely new breed. Tests were being run. blood samples, x-rays, and genetic analysis, but no one had an explanation yet. Luna remained calm while the world was in shock. Luna acted as if nothing was unusual. She cared for all 6 puppies the same way. She fed them, cleaned them, and protected them as any mother would. But even the other puppies seemed aware that something was different about their unusual sibling. It moved too quickly for a newborn, its eyes watched everything around it, and its silver-white fur shimmered under the lights. Was this puppy a rare genetic mutation? A new breed never recorded before? Or something science can't even explain? What do you think happened here? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love amazing animal discoveries, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories. There's still so much to uncover, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Hit that subscribe button now.